Grand Seiko Omiwatari, also known as the Pathway of the Gods. With a name like that, you'd expect a big, bold timepiece that is fitted for a god. But no, this is a simple, delicate dress watch. It is important to note the name has nothing to do with the entire watch or the caliber powering it. The dial, as with most Grand Seikos, is the main reason this is called the Omiwatari. I've seen online that many confuse this with the snowflake. Fans of the brand would immediately realize, however, the dial has nothing to do with the snowflake. In fact, the dial was inspired by Lake Sua's unusual waving cracks when the lake freezes over. Legend has it, these cracks are created by a local god as he passes through. Before we move on with this video, it's important to note this video is sponsored by Exquisite Timepieces. If you're interested in this watch, Exquisite Timepieces are authorized dealers of Grand Seiko and many more. So make sure you check out Exquisite Timepieces and hit them up, let them know that I sent you, and they'll hook you up over there. If you're looking for a Grand Seiko, Omega, Blancpain, Breguet, make sure you check out all of their brands. They're authorized dealers for over 60 brands, so make sure you check out their website www.exquisitetimepieces.com. Now, unlike the usual, let's just make new colored dials because collectors will buy our watches anyway. Feel free to guess who I'm referring to. This is the type of effort you get in Grand Seiko's designs. Whether you love it or hate it, we could at least appreciate that the brand gives us new and exciting releases every single time. That is achieved, of course, when shareholders have little to say in creativity of the brand. Now, allow me to give you the specifications before discussing the importance of this piece beyond the numbers. This piece has a 38.5mm case by 42mm lug-to-lug and a 10mm thickness. The strap has an annoying 19mm, but the way it's constructed, I could actually forgive it. The case has a nice angular lugs that hug the wrist and is finished with fine polished and brushed surfaces. The polishing on the case is known as Zuratsu, which is Grand Seiko's famous mirror-like polishing. For daily use, this piece does have a stainless steel case, a sapphire crystal, and a water resistance of 30 meters. You may have noticed the smooth sweep of the seconds hand. In fact, if this is your first time seeing a Grand Seiko, that sweep might come as a bit of a shock. This is Grand Seiko's spring drive caliber, but this time we get something a little different. This is a manual wind 9R31 spring drive caliber. Only watch nerds really prefer manual wind movements. You get the usual incredible accuracy of +1 second per day and ±15 seconds per month. You also get a total power reserve of 72 hours, but wait. Something I've been hounding about in every single review that I've had of every single spring drive model is the annoying power reserve on the dial. That is actually the main reason I sold my Grand Seiko SBGA 415. But look closely and you will see that they finally listened and managed to put the power reserve on the back. Now I completely understand that automatic movement might be a bit of a challenge to do that, but by doing this, I literally have nothing to complain about. This, in my opinion, is as perfect as it gets. I've been enjoying this piece for quite some time, and on my 6.5-inch wrist, needless to say, with a case size of 38.5mm and lug-to-lug, which means top to bottom of 42mm, the watch is super comfortable. I do prefer manual wind calibers, call me a watch nerd, but I love waking up in the morning and winding my watches. It just gives you a little bit more interaction with the watch that makes it a little bit more special, in my opinion. I feel like a manual wind caliber, you would either love it or hate it, but I like the fact that we have both options with Grand Seiko. The main takeaway you could get from this video, even if you don't like the watch, is that Grand Seiko is a brand you should follow. Chances are one day they will make something you will love, and I say that with confidence because this release proves that they respect and listen to their collectors. If ever you get your first Grand Seiko, I promise you will feel like the watch was made with love and an insane attention to detail. The finishing on every single part of the watch is done to perfection, and I couldn't even find a single flaw under the loupe. Overall, needless to say, I am a big fan of the SBGY 007, and to be honest, I most likely will be adding it to my personal collection. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know in the comment section below what you think about the Omiwatari. Do you like it? What don't you like about it? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you in the next one.